Hello everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am very excited to share how I crochet these wind spinners. This was very fun for me to create. I like how it turned out. So if this is your vibe and your style, keep watching and I'll show you how I crochet these. So what I like about this pattern is that you can customize the length. My starting round, my round one was 40 single crochet, and then I just did my increase there. So for example, these I used a size 4 medium weight yarn, and it measures about 20 inches in length. Not including this hanger, not including the top, just from the beginning to the bottom of this ornament, it measures 20 inches. But if you wanted to make it longer, just make your first round, you can add more single crochet. So all of these, my first round is 40 single crochets. But this one here, guys, look how little this one came out. So I used the same pattern for this, but this is a size 3 yarn, and I used a 2.1 millimeter crochet hook, and look how tiny it came out. I think this is so perfect for like an office desk or maybe a car ornament. It's perfect for small personal spaces. I thought it was so cute. I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like. So for this project, you'll need size 4 medium weight yarn in any color of your choice. I paired it with a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, and then you'll just need a little bit of batting for the ornament at the bottom. This is a very easy project, friends, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Alrighty, let's gather our supplies and get started. Okay everyone, so I am using a size 4 medium weight yarn. This is acrylic yarn in a very pretty teal color, and I'll be pairing it with a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. So let's begin by doing a chain of 41. And I leave a long tail at the beginning. This is what I use to hang the wind spinner. And this is anywhere between maybe 10 to 12 inches. Alrighty, so I'll make a slip knot, put it on my hook, and I will do a chain of 41. Here is my chain of 41. Now starting from the second chain from the hook, we are going to do single crochets across. So 1 single crochet in each chain across, totaling 40 single crochets for this first round. I'll do my 40 single crochet and I'll meet you when I'm done. I completed round 1. I did 40 single crochets. When you reach the end, chain 1 and turn your work. For round 2, we're going to do an increase round. We're going to do 3 single crochets in each stitch, all the way down. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 in that first stitch. Second stitch, also 3 single crochets. So we're going to do 3 single crochets in each stitch all the way down, completing 120 single crochets for round 2. I'll go ahead and complete my row here and I'll meet you at the end. Okay folks, I completed round 2, and as you can see, it's getting very twisty. Very cute. So when you reach the end here, do a chain 2 and turn your work. So for this next round, we're going to start by doing 2 double crochets in that first stitch. My chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So let's do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. chain 1, skip 1, 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So we're creating these little gaps. We're going to be working in these gaps here in the next round, while also doing an increase. Here's my 2 double, chain 1, skip 1, 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So that's the pattern for this round. Just complete this pattern all the way down, and I will meet you at the last stitch. Here I am approaching the end of this round. This is my 2 double crochets, chain 1, and there's 1 stitch left, and I'll just go ahead and do a slip stitch in that one. And there we have it. So this round we just completed should have a total of 180 stitches. But you know what, friends, if you're off a stitch here and there, it's not a big deal. You won't be able to see it. Okay, now for the next round, this will be our last round. We get to the end. Let's do a chain 1 and turn our work. So now we're going to be working in these gaps that we created, the chain 1s here. We'll be working in those gaps to create the shells. Alrighty. So now this first one, we're going to work a bunch of double crochets in that first chain 1 right there. So here, let's do 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now after you do your 4th one, we're going to do something called a picot. So let's do a chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to insert our hook into these 2 stitches. This one here, which would be the front loop, and this side loop here. Just like that. Pull the yarn and do a slip stitch, and it creates that little point right there. Now after you do your picot, let's do 3 double crochets in that same opening there. There you go. So we have 7 double crochets, but in the 4th one we do a picot. And in the next opening, let's do a single crochet. And in the following opening here, we're going to repeat this process again. 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. A picot, chain 2. And insert your hook into those 2 loops, that top loop and then the side loop there. Pull the yarn and do a slip stitch, followed by 3 double crochets. 2 and 3. There's our second one. Single crochet in the next opening, and repeat the process all the way down, friends. There we go. Alrighty, repeat the process all the way to the end, and you should have a total of 30 of these little shells. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Here I am at the end of this round, and this is what it's looking like so far. Very cute. And there should be 1 opening left here, and I'll do a single crochet and fasten off. And be sure to leave a long tail at the end there. This is what we'll use to sew the hanging piece right here. Alrighty. So now we're going to work on the little hanging ball that goes at the bottom of the wind spinner. So let's take our acrylic yarn and form a magic ring. I just kind of wrap these around my finger like so. Insert the hook and pull the yarn and do a chain one. And in this magic ring, we're going to do 6 single crochets. Close out that ring, slip stitch to that first single crochet, and then do a chain one. So for round 2, we're going to do an increase round. We're going to do 2 single crochet in each stitch, completing 12 single crochets for this round. 2, the next stitch, 2, all the way around, completing 12 single crochet. Slip stitch to the top of that first single crochet and chain one. We're going to do another increase round. We're going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the second. So that's the pattern all the way around. 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. All the way around, totaling 18 single crochet for this round. Okay, complete the pattern and I'll meet you in the last one. Here is the end of this round. I'm going to finish with an increase, slip stitch to the top of that first stitch and chain one. So we're done with the increase rounds. We're now going to do 2 rows of just 1 single crochet around, completing 18 stitches for each round. So just simply do 1 single crochet in each stitch. We're going to do 2 rounds. Alrighty, so I'll complete my 2 rounds and I'll meet you at the end. Here I am at the end of those 2 rows I just completed of single crochet. Slip stitch to that top stitch and chain one. We're now going to do a couple of decrease rounds. And in case you're wondering, my beginning tail, I just took a tapestry needle and I just weaved it in and I made some knots here. Okay, so decrease round number 1. So for this next round, we're going to do a single crochet in the first round, in the first stitch. Here's the first one, single crochet, and then we're going to do a decrease. You insert your hook into the first stitch, pull the yarn, insert your hook directly into the next stitch, pull the yarn. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through all these loops. Yarn over and pull through all of them. So these 2 stitches here, you turned it into 1. 1 single crochet and 1 decrease all the way around. There we go, we end with a decrease, slip stitch to the first single crochet and chain one. You can always use a stitch marker in the beginning of your rounds to help you find the stitch easier if you need it. So for this next one, we're just going to do decrease all the way around. That's it, just a decrease all the way around. Those are my 6. And before I slip stitch and fasten off, I'm going to add a little bit of batting here. And You don't need much. I mean, this is a tiny little project here. Just a little bit of batting. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch to the top of that first decrease, chain 1 and fasten off. And I leave a little bit of a tail to sew that last, you see this, there's still a little bit of an opening. So what I do with my tapestry needle, I will loop this through the front loops here. So here's the front loop of the first stitch. There we go, just the front loop, and give it a little tug. There you go. And I'll just weave this in randomly. There we have it. This is the same pattern I use. It's similar to the cherries that I make. I have a cherries garland, and this pattern is similar to it. So now what I like to do at the end here, so here's my ending round. Oh, no, it's this side. I will take my tapestry needle and pull my yarn through. Oops, I missed it there. And it depends on how low you want this to hang. You can, you know, I usually keep just a few, maybe 1 or 2 inches, just like that. I think that's a good length for me. So I'll just put my needle right through the center and come out through the bottom, just right in the middle. Pull the yarn through all the way, and then you can decide on your look here. I think that's a good size right there. That's maybe about 2 inches. And there we have it. And then I'll just go back and I will adjust this because it does get a little tangled. So I just go back and adjust it and just straighten these out just like that. And then find your special hanging spot for it. There we have it. I hope you enjoyed this pattern. It's very fun and soothing to make. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and please remember to hit that subscribe button. Thank you all. Bye.